Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Let's have some fighting words. So in this video, I want to talk about Mikaela Mayer. First, I want to say congratulations on your win over Jennifer Hahn. It was a pretty good performance. There was some critiquing after the fight from her coach, but overall, listen, a win is a win. Yeah, you're gonna have some good fights. You're gonna have some fights. Her coach actually gave her a B plus, so that's not bad. You're definitely passing the grade. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the comments that she made after the fight, which was she would be willing to go up in weight and fight the winner of Serrano and Taylor if she can't get like these girls to fight her at her weight. In which case, I thought that would be a fun fight. That would be a fun fight. Regardless of who she fights, it'll be a fun fight. I don't necessarily think she would. I don't necessarily think right now she could beat either one of them. I do think she's still a little green in certain areas, and so there is a thing about rushing people, and a lot of times I just say put the people in there. But when you're talking about two people as well decorated as Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, and then you have Mikaela Mayer just kind of. And I'm not saying like she's not a decorated fighter, but there's levels to the game. Do I think that she could be competitive? Yes and no. So do I think that she can be competitive? Yeah, she's top notch. She's high quality of a fighter. Yes, she has the intelligence. I don't always think she trusts her instincts, and I don't always think she trusts her instincts, and I don't always feel she sticks to her game plan. Like she'll go in with something, and if you listen to the post interview after her fight with Jennifer Hahn, her coach said it. He said, "We knew everything about this girl, and you still did the things that you were not supposed to do," and that's what worries me. If Mikaela Mayer were to actually go up and fight Amanda Serrano or Katie Taylor, I feel like Katie Taylor could easily drag Mikaela Mayer into a dogfight, and she could easily do it. Like, Mikaela she will stay on track, but she'll venture off. She kind of has that thing like Amir Khan. Amir Khan is going to give you a stellar performance until you hit him hard or you knock him down. Then he's going to say, screw boxing, let's fight. Let's take it to the alleyways. And I feel like Mikaela Mayer has that same kind of personality to her where she could be executing on point and be on track with everything that she had trained over the weeks to come, for the bout. And then the minute, something doesn't go her way or she gets cracked a little too hard or she gets pressed down, she reverts back to this. And, personally, I truly believe that Katie Taylor could easily drag her into a dogfight. In which case, I don't think she wins a dogfight with Katie Taylor. I don't. I'm not necessarily saying maybe down the line, but I'm saying at this moment, I don't think she wins a dogfight with Katie Taylor. I just don't think that'd be good for her. If she could stick to a game plan, and if she could implement that game plan round after round after round, and stay disciplined to it, keep her distance, I actually think she could be competitive. 100%, I think she could be competitive. And the reality is, when it comes to women's boxing, it's not, these women go up and down in weight all the time. So it's not like when you see guys fighting and you'll say, well, he's 154, he's 147. And you're just thinking, well, it's a few pounds. Yeah, it's a few pounds, but he has never fought at 154. That's a different type of power. Now, when you go to women's boxing, they go up and down all the time. There's not as many female boxers as there are male boxers. So it's not uncommon to see, a lady go up in weight and fight. It's not. So there's no fear there. There's no fear, the power at this weight class. For men, yeah, that's a real fear and that's a real thought. But yeah, they hit harder at that weight class. But when it comes to women and they're constantly going up and down throughout their careers, it's not a big deal, to be honest with you. And you're only talking about one weight class up, so it's really not that big of a deal. I do think it'd be interesting. I don't know how well she would fare against Serrano just because Mikaela Mayer doesn't throw the most punches in the world. Like, she's very picky about her spots and when she's going to engage. And Serrano, she's going to throw a lot of punches. And I really don't, again, I don't see right now that she could keep up, especially with volume. I just don't see how she could keep up. And I don't feel like she could adjust. I don't feel like she's huge on adjustments. I feel like if you want a dogfight, she'll give it to you. But I think she'll give you what you're giving her, as opposed to, you know what, this isn't working, let me switch into this. There's a difference. If you just get dragged into something or manipulated into something, that's one thing. But if you're saying, all right, I've tried this and I've tried that and that's not working, let me try, let me try fighting out of defense. Let me see what happens if I'm backing up a little bit. Let me see what happens if I put this person on the ropes. Let me see what happens if I just dance a little bit. Let me see what happens if I attack the body this round. That's just adjusting. And I don't feel like she adjusts that well. I feel like she's the type of person, and there are many people like this, it's more prevalent in other, professions. But you'll say, well, I got to attack my job like this. Every day, I gotta do it like this. And if anything goes out of the box, then everything's all screwed up and jumbled up, and then it's just like a kind of a free-for-all. And I feel like with Mikaela Mayer, it's a little bit of that. Now, I could be wrong. I definitely think she is the type to rise to the occasion. I have no issues or qualms about that. It's just, could you stay the course with who you are? And, when I say can you stay the course with who you are? If you're a boxer, box. If you're a slugger, I guess you just have to slug. But I feel like a lot of times people have to know who they are prior to them getting in the ring. And if you know who you are, then you can, what's a perfect example of this? Tony Harrison, when he fought Charlo, he's a boxer. And he didn't try to slug Charlo because he knew he wasn't going to win that game. And I'm talking about the first fight. I do believe Charlo won that fight, but that's beside the point, especially in this video. But he knew, I'm not going to outslug this dude. He's way too aggressive. He's way too heavy-handed, and he's always first. I'm not going to outslug him. What I can do is outbox him. What I can do is fight off the back foot. What I can do is change angles all the time, just like hit him and move out the side door. That's what I can do, because I already know he's just going to keep coming forward. I already know he's going to load heavy. I already know it's going to be simple attacks that he's going to throw. It's going to be a 1 or a 1-2. It's going to be really simple attacks. I know that he's going to come straight forward. I know everything's going to come up here. Charlo, the little Charlo, hardly ever goes to the body, unless he has somebody hurt. But like everything is like headshots because he loves knockouts. So that's just adjusting. That's realizing, this is who I am and I'm not going to adjust, or I'm not going to play your game. This is my strength. And, to Tony Harrison's credit, he won that first fight. And I believe the reason why he didn't win that second fight was because he tried to slug with a slugger. And that wasn't a good idea. Now, back to Mikaela Mayer. I think she has the goods. I really do. But my question is, could you stick to your game plan? Like I said, her coach flat out critiqued her in front of everybody. He's just like, listen, that's a B+, because you knew everything about this girl and you still did the things that I told you not to do. She hit you with a few shots that you should have avoided because we knew those were the shots she was going to catch you with. So it would be a thing about a game plan, and it would definitely be a thing about, could you stick to the game plan? That's a big deal. Could you stick to the game plan? And I'm going to keep my eye on this potential fight, because the reality is, after Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano do have their bout, they're going to be looking for another big name, to go up against. And I think Mikaela Mayer, listen, stepping up and going up in weight, why not? Absolutely, why not? She has a pretty big fan base, a really big social media following. Why not? She's rising up. I mean, like, people like to see her fight. She's dramatic. She's very focused. Why not? She's got the look. Why not? So it could happen. I would not be surprised if it didn't happen, to be honest with you. So those are my thoughts. Drop your comments down below. I want to hear what you have to say. Do you think Mikaela Mayer could match up against Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, or the winner of Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano? Drop your comments down below. As always, please like, please share, and please subscribe to my channel.